All right, guys, rise and shine. So this practice, I want to get all our stuff hit before you start your day, right? So I want to do some breath work. I want to do some movement to get you ready for whatever is coming, and a little short meditation. As you start to build your own home practice and your morning ritual of this, you'll start to adapt it. So you'll know when you need to slow it down, what you need to do, and when you need to speed it up, what you need to do, depending on what your energy levels are, and starting to learn to listen to yourself and kind of tune in with your body. Okay, so we're actually going to start seated, and you can sit cross-legged up on something, or you can sit in Virasana with the knees together and the feet behind you. But just take a moment in a comfortable seat to allow your eyes to close and see where you're coming to this practice today from. So just taking a moment to shift your ears back in line with your shoulders and your shoulders back in line with your hips, engaging in through the belly button to protect the lower back. Starting to notice your inhale and your exhale. We'll take 3 breaths together to start. So inhaling to fill up the heart and the ribs and the belly. Fill up a little bit more, take another sip, and then let it go. And 2 more like that, inhaling, and inhaling, and inhaling a little deeper, deeper, and then letting it go. One last time, taking an inhale to fill up, all the way plugging into the sit bones. Sip a little bit more of air in, and then let it go. And just taking a moment here and noticing, right, if those breaths kind of helped you arrive, how your body feels without any judgment, and acknowledging that for at least the next 20 minutes or so, you're here. And then when you're ready, go ahead, let your eyes open. We're going to start by just kind of getting some movement through the spine. You're going to start to make circles around your hips. And start to notice as well, right, what that feels like. Each of your vertebrae, they kind of move in all directions, even though they're connected. So you're getting space between each one. And then start to take this in. Start to make it part of your breath. So you're going to inhale, and then exhaling to empty out. Pull the belly button in, inhaling and exhaling. Good. Now we're going to start to finesse it, right? So if you are kind of bursting, you need a little bit more energy today, you're going to start to make this movement a little bigger. So you're going to inhale, exhale, right? And if you're kind of needing a little bit more grounding today, you're going to start to really slow it down, inhaling and exhaling, inhaling and exhaling. So really pressing into the pelvis, starting to just really lubricate into all the joints, right? And each day is different. And then go ahead, change direction, and rounding and coming back. Good. And allowing this to just be your check-in, your wake-up. One of the things that we want to work from, right, is we want to make sure that we're meeting the day with an open heart and that we're remembering where we came from, right, with that rounding, that folding forward into ourselves and then opening up to the world. And then finding some stillness here. Bring the feet out in front, bend the knees, and then come to lie down onto your back. Another part of good mornings is waking up our center. We come to the day with the most strength when we think about working with a strong core and a strong sense of center and middle. Okay, so we're going to start with the right leg in tabletop and then the left leg to meet it. You can keep your head down, especially if you're having any neck or trap tension. Otherwise, lifting up, take your hands onto the right knee, extend the left leg out, reach long, and then switch. I'm exhaling each time. I'm trying to bring my knee only to tabletop, so as opposed to squeezing it in, I'm reaching out. Let's go for 3. Exhaling 2. And 1, and 1. If you can, stay up, otherwise bring your head down. And then from here, as you inhale, both arms reach up and the legs extend, and as you exhale, we're going to circle it in. So the inhale is like you're taking off a top hat, exhaling and bring it in. Let's go for 4. Exhaling 3. Good, pulling the belly button back towards the spine, finding those TA muscles, those deeper muscles, right? So the belly button doesn't pop. Last one, and then releasing and bring it down. Now extend the legs up towards the ceiling. Take the hands on the backs of the thighs. Take both hands on the back of your right thigh. Lift your head up. Maybe move your arms up towards the calf. Let the left leg drop away from you as you exhale. And switch, 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 and one more to each side, and switch, and then coming down, let the head release, and then this time let the neck go from side to side to release any tension. Maybe you hug the knees in to give the lower back a break. Extend your legs up towards the ceiling. Heels touch, toes turn out. That's going to engage an engagement through the center line. Arms will be down by your sides. If you have lower back issues, make a little pillow for your tailbone and rest yourself up. Take an inhale, and then exhale to lower the legs, and then bring it back up. Inhale. And then exhaling to lower, and bringing it back up. Pulling the belly button back towards the spine, making sure it doesn't pop up. Right? So we're learning how to stabilize ourselves, to hold ourselves in an intentional position so that when we approach the rest of our day, we are working with our intentions. Last one. And releasing. Good. Now from here, bring the legs to tabletop. Take the hands behind the back of the head. Roll the elbows forward just a little bit so they're not squeezing in. Keeping space between your chin and your chest, you're going to take your left armpit over towards the right knee, extend the left leg out, and switch, and switch, and switch. I love these. These feel like a little digestive twist, right? Let's go for 3, and 3, and 2, and 2, and 1, and 1. Good, and releasing and hug the knees in. If you notice, I did all of that with an open exhale mouth, right? If you're not comfortable with that, if you're more on the yoga side of things, that's fine. The open exhale mouth just allows you to engage the abdominals a little deeper. So if you haven't tried it, maybe try it out. Take one ankle over the other one. Take your hands behind your thighs and start to rock yourself forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. Bring yourself to hands and knees. And then from here, press yourself back into a downward facing dog. And let yourself release from side to side, letting the hips shake out. And then from here, start to walk your feet forward. Keep your knees straight, straight, straight as you come forward. And allow yourself to forward fold here. Move your feet so that they're inner hip distance apart. That's about 2 fists between the arches. Let your head shake out yes and no. And then from here, take your hands onto your hips and slowly round and roll yourself up. So because this is kind of the express version of stuff, we're going to start to build a little heat pretty fast. What I want you to do is inhale and bring your arms up. And then exhale. Let it go. Let yourself round forward. Inhale. And then exhaling. Pulling the belly button in so there's no pull in the lower back. Let's do 4 more. Good. Now, notice I keep a really soft bend in my knees here so that I can really articulate up and down. And if I was feeling a little unstable or a little uncertain today, I would make this movement a little slower, that's all. And exhaling. And one last time, inhale. And then exhaling and release. Let yourself release and fold here and let it shake out. Now from here, bring the big toes to touch. Heels will be slightly separated. And if that's not uncomfortable, stay with them inner hip distance. Take the hands onto the shins. Lengthen up halfway. Take an inhale. Exhaling and fold. Inhaling, arms reach up alongside your ears. And then exhale, dive it down through center. Inhaling, hands on the shins, lengthen up halfway. Exhaling and fold. Bend your knees, place your fingertips down. Step your right foot back to a low lunge. Let your back knee come down. Now from here, tent up onto your fingertips and open the heart forward. Keep sending your right hip forward, your left hip back. Take an inhale. And an exhale. Good. Now take your hands onto your thigh. Press yourself up, bringing your shin parallel to the wall, meaning your knee will be in line with your ankle. And then the arms are going to reach up. Find an inhale here. And then exhaling and release. Your hands come down. Tuck your back toes. Step back into a plank pose. Reaching here. Reach the crown of the head. Push through the heels. Drop down your knees. And exhale, drop down your chest, drop down your chin. Slide it forward into your baby cobra, tops of the feet down, shoulders rolling down the back, inhaling. And exhaling, press back, downward facing dog, 3 breaths. So as I said before, this is kind of our base practice. If you feel like you need a little bit more energy, you might choose to throw in a chaturanga, or you may choose to do a little push-up. Right? All these things are adaptable. One more inhale. And one more exhale. Right leg up behind you. Take an inhale. Exhale. Step it forward between your hands. Back knee drops. Now keep your hand where it is. Take your hand onto your thigh and start to twist, lifting up. And then from here, maybe your back knee tucks and lifts up. And inhale, the arm reaches up. And then exhale, release. That hand comes down. Step to the front of your mat. Forward fold. Inhaling, lengthen up halfway. Exhaling and fold. Inhaling, arms reach up. Exhaling and dive it forward over your legs. Inhaling to lengthen up halfway. Exhale, place your fingertips down. Now step your left foot back. Back knee drops. Find a little back bend. You're tending up onto your fingertips. Send your left hip forward, right hip back. Take your hand onto your thigh, pressing up and reaching up. And maybe a little heart opener there. Exhaling, release. Your hands come down. Tuck your back toes, lift the knee, step back into your plank position. And again, if you need to, just drop your knees down, right? And then breathing here, exhaling, you can lower all the way down, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. I'm going to lower all the way down today. Inhale, open up, so either baby cobra or upward facing, shoulder blades roll back. Exhaling and press back, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Lift your heels up. Send your sit bones up. Exhale, press the heart towards your thighs. Inhaling and exhale. All right, now right leg up behind you. Take an inhale. Exhale, step it forward between your hands. Back knee drops. Take your right hand onto the right knee. I think I got it messed up on the other side, but second time through you'll get it right, okay? Just remember that when you're watching it. So you're going to twist up. Maybe the back knee lifts as long as you can keep that hip even, and then opening up. Take an inhale. And then exhaling and release. Go ahead and step to the front of your mat, forward fold. Inhaling and lengthen up halfway. Exhaling and allow yourself to fold. Inhaling and arms reach up. And exhaling and fold it forward over your legs. Inhaling and lengthen the spine halfway up. And then exhale, you're going to take your choice, right? You can either step back or hop back. Take a flow. We'll meet back in downward facing dog. Good. And then holding here, go ahead and take your right leg up behind you. Take an inhale. And then exhale, bend that knee in towards your nose. Set it down for pigeon. Oh, how lucky are you? You get to start your day with pigeon. All right, so the pigeon that I'm going for is this forward folding one. You could also take figure 4 on your stretch, or on your back, or you could take double pigeon. Take your right knee to right around where your right hand is. And then the back leg is behind you. And then just kind of opening up here. I think I'm going to stay upright today. You can always come and fold into it. So this is great if you need a little bit more grounding. Because it's morning, right? Because I want to stay active. I'm going to introduce this back bend here, top of the foot down, and just kind of press into that hip. And one of the reasons that hip openers are so great in the morning is think about what you're going to be doing for the next 8 hours, right? Chances are a lot of that is going to be in a seated position, not necessarily running through the fields, right? So you want to keep your hips nice and open. One more inhale. And one more exhale. Tuck your back toes. Lift up that knee. Step yourself back, downward facing dog. Maybe you throw in a little flow here, right? Maybe you just stay back and down dog. We'll meet back here. And then as you're ready, we'll do it from this angle today. Left leg's going to come up behind you. Take an inhale. And then exhale. Bring it forward, setting up for pigeon on this side, right? If you're a figure four stretching on your back, you can just go back, flip out the legs, right? And then bringing yourself up. Keep sending the right hip forward, left hip back, and opening the heart here. And again, you can take this forward. I just find that, especially when I start my morning, I spend so much time on my phone rounded that having this kind of heart opener, really emphasizing that, is helping me kind of counter some behaviors of my day. And one last time, take an inhale. And exhaling, and release your hands. Come down, tuck your toes, press it back. Maybe you take a flow. Maybe you go straight to downward facing dog. And then from here, let your knees drop down, sitting back towards your heels. Now, if you'd like to take a few moments lying down on your back in a Shavasana posture, go ahead and put that in. You can always mute me or turn this off, right? Otherwise, we're going to come into a seated cross-legged position for a meditation / breathwork exercise. So, again, just the way we started class, allowing the eyes to close. Noticing if you're forward or back on your sit bones. Find that spot where the sit bones are plugging in, pulling the belly button back, bringing the ribs back in line with the shoulders, and the shoulders back in line with the hips, ears in line, reaching energetically through the crown of the head. Focusing in on your breath, making it deep, making it nourishing, noticing all those energy shifts that happen in the body just through our practice and respecting them. Breathing into your back body, into the back of the lungs, the kidneys, the spine, tailbone. Breathing into the sides of the body, expanding through the ribs, into the armpits, into the hands. Breathing into the front of the body, the front of the lungs, expanding the ribs, opening the heart, breathing there. Allowing the sides of the mouth just to turn up slightly, noticing if that makes any difference to your mood. And touching your thumb to your pointer finger, touching your thumb to your middle finger, touching your thumb to your ring finger, touching your thumb to your pinky, Then go ahead, bring your thumb back to your pointer finger. This is the most soothing for our nervous system. Let the palms turn up. The other fingers come together and extend the arms long. Lift up through the crown of the head. Taking an inhale, start to fill up the heart, the ribs, and the belly. Sigh it out. Seal the lips, drop the chin towards the chest, retain that empty breath to seal in your practice. Thank you guys. I hope you have a great day.